フロントウィング。グリザイアの果実。
Oh, hello! I just gotta finish setting up it to actually take the game. Load up.
フロントウィング。
Oh. I don't know what CS2 is. That should... I have capture. So as far as I can tell, this should be working. The game crashed. Let's try again. Okay, well, let's get rid of that. I probably should test it to see if this works before I started. Come on. CS2 stopped working. Wait, no, that's the patch. I don't want to run that. Let's throw the idle screen back up into music while I'm trying to figure this out. A bit quieter, though. I thought this was easy enough to stream because it loaded up fine. Maybe this is it. Huh. Okay, there's another. This could be it, actually. No, that still crashes. Repatch it, I guess? Maybe that'll fix things. Oh, because it was working fine just before.
フロントウィング
Okay, has not crashed yet. This is good. Good so far. See if we can get the game capture for it.
グリザイアの果実
Of course, I'm gonna have to turn that down really soon. Those always squirrel windows. Turn the volume down just a minute. That's it. I can't tell. No. Properties. We'll try that. Nope. One of these has to be the application. It's not showing up as it should. Yeah, it's not. Oh wait, it's not a game. It's not full screen. That's why. So I need a setup. Window capture. Grisia. Window. Okay. Hey. Well, we've almost got it.
環境を設定するわよ
We're getting there. I think I can make this full screen. That's all I want. Going back there. What? Full screen window. I think that's what I want. Okay. Okay. Now it's black. Okay, I really should have set this up beforehand. This should not be black. Let's just close that. Yep, quit. Okay, we're getting there, guys. We're almost there. Oh, just this again. Maybe if I just repatch it? Can't imagine I have to repatch every single time I try to play the game. I feel like that would wipe everything. Yeah, update all that. Run it. This is...
フロントウィング
Okay, there you go. So it's full screen. Let's hope the stream picks up. That's all I care for. If not, I...
グリザイアの果実
Okay, we're almost there. Size, reset cropping. Nope. Okay, no, that's not quite it. This should reset size. We'll get there, guys, don't worry. Properties. Entire window. There we go. Wow, we did it, guys. Well,
初めからよ
I should turn down the volume. Translation notes, you may change. Sure. Okay, let's
音量の設定をする
turn
わよ
the sound effects down a bit more. We can have that up there. See how that is. Yep, all this sounds good. Intense sunlight blazes down on the road as if to declare the arrival of summer. The burning asphalt radiates heat, mixing with the scent of the tide to form a thick, muggy atmosphere. When the weather's clear in summer like this, you get guys who lose their heads in the heat. Sexual assaults, robberies, all the way up to homicides. I don't have time to list the variety of crimes committed by morons with baked brains. As a result, at times like this, the police inevitably get very wary about suspicious types. It was about 10 minutes ago that I realized I had been mistaken for one of those heat-stroke-addled sorts. Name Kazumi Yuji. Oh, Christ, I don't want them reading out. Hold on.
音量の設定をするわよ
Voice off. Okay, name Kazumi Yuji. Address Osata in Yamanashi Prefecture. Sweat pouring from his forehead as he examines my license. The policeman in front of me takes a glance at the large backpack I'm carrying and continues the background check. You came here from... Oh, missed that one. Hold on, yes. What business do you have in the city? Why are you lugging around that enormous bag? You headed anywhere in particular? I told you this 10 minutes ago. I'm moving. This luggage is everything I own. So, what's your new address? Like I said, I don't have one yet. The answer's not going to change no matter how many times you ask. You're moving, but you don't know where to. Look, what are you hiding? How about you just come clean already? Where did you come from? Where are you going? What are you planning to do there? Depending on the context, these could be fairly philosophical questions, but as far as police inquiries go, they're perfectly run-of-the-mill. From their perspective, anyone wandering around without clear-cut business is by default a criminal of some sort. Let alone someone like me, carrying around conspicuous bulky luggage. It's as good as guaranteed that they'd stop me. That is their job, I suppose. Since this little scene acts as a crime deterrent through its visibility, it's not an entirely wasted effort. But unfortunately, I don't have all day to play along. I drop a glance towards the digital watch I'm wearing around my left wrist. Sorry, but I've been keeping someone waiting. I really can't spare any more time for hanging out with bored cops. Are you mocking me? A bored police force is proof that the city's at peace. Take it as a compliment. Inexplicably taking offense at my tone, the policeman clicks his tongue in irritation and tosses my license back. Alright then, Kazumi-san. Sorry for the inconvenience, but would you mind letting me take a look at that pack you're carrying? I refuse. Why? Something you don't want me to see in there? Knife, maybe? I don't rely on blades. Policy of mine. Look, are you really telling me to unpack all this on the spot? It'll take an hour at least. 30 minutes just to take it all out, 30 minutes to stuff it back in. In that case, let's head over to the station. No reason to stand around the sun, right? I'll get you some cold tea and we can have a nice long chat. I just told you I don't have the time. I can't accept voluntary questioning. I know you can't just back down the situation, but if I say I'll head over there myself later, could we wrap this up for now? That's very convenient for you, but what guarantees do I have that you'll ever show? At least give me an address if you want me to agree to that. As I've explained, I'm in the middle of a move. I vacated my old place, so I don't have an address. Give me your parents' address, or are they homeless too? I don't have any parents, no siblings or relatives either. They're all dead. Sit down here. You serious? Are you sure you're not hiding something from me? This is going nowhere. Okay, so why don't we move things along? To the station, maybe. I'll call a patrol car. You just stay where you are, please. Then at least let me call the person I'm supposed to be meeting. At this rate, they'll be waiting all day. That's fine, but who are you meeting? A friend? I'm not going to tell you that. Someone you can't tell me about. It's your mother. We had an appointment at a hotel tonight. What? I was keeping quiet out of the goodness of my heart. You dragged it out of me, so don't blame me when your parents get divorced and your happy home is shattered. You watch your mouth. Kya? Huh? About 30 meters away from where we're talking, someone screams. A desperate cry follows within seconds. Thief! Somebody! A woman sits collapsed on the street, stretching out her hand. Her high heels lie on the ground, knocked off her feet by the sudden fall. Just about halfway between us, there's a man in a flashy Hawaiian shirt running in this direction. Shit! A cop! Although the thief flinches for a moment at the sight of the policeman's uniform, after a quick check for any convenient side streets, he barrels onward. Move it, asshole! Brandishing the stolen bag menacingly, his hand violently gestures, out of my way. Huh? Stop right there! The cop is completely flustered. He's quite clearly unaccustomed to this sort of situation. While he's panicking, the distance between us and the thief shrinks with surprising swiftness. Out of the way! The man runs in a straight line towards a breakthrough to freedom. I happen to be standing directly in the middle of his path. I said move, damn it! As he prepares to strike with the bag, I ascertain the movement of his shoulder and arm from the first sign of motion, and hit his wrist sharply just as he begins to swing. Christ. The man's arm instantly stiffens and loses all momentum. His eyes pop wide open in shock. I immediately grab the collar of the Hawaiian shirt he's wearing and firmly draw him towards me. Gah! Before the man can offer resistance to my pull, I smoothly reverse and use my body weight to shove against him. I feel like this music's not. Hold on. That's probably I can tweak a little bit later. Before the man can offer resistance to my pull, I smoothly reverse and use my body weight to shove against him. When pushed just as they've begun to brace himself against being pulled, anyone can expect a genuine expert is going to be thrown off balance. Anyone except a genuine expert is going to be thrown off balance. Nice shirt, where'd you buy it? Shock spreads across the man's face as his knees buckle against his will. I try to gain a chokehold using my grip on the neck of his shirt, but... Bastard! The man promptly draws his head back and shifts his body to the side, preventing me from landing a hold on his neck. Although I expected as much from a glance at his build, it seems like he's somewhat experienced in judo. But, in this case, you would have been better off trying a decisive tackle. Rotating around the purse snatcher in the opposite direction of the slide, I yank his right arm upwards with both hands. In one movement, I've circled to his back. Next, pull back on his opponent's wrists and elbow and pin him to the ground. This is just basic Aikido, by the way. Ow, 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 fucking asshole, get off, I'll kill you. Hey, now you've got your priorities all wrong. Before worrying about me, you should kill the guy who sold you that shirt. God damn it, goddamn kid. Perhaps unconsciously, the man's now empty left hand desperately slaps at the asphalt. While holding the thief pinned, I quickly shoot a look behind me. Don't just stand there. Yeah. The policeman, Christ. The policeman jerks his straight in response to my angry shout. Taking a pair of handcuffs from the pouch around his waist, he runs over to restrain the criminal. The purse snatcher seems to have resigned himself to his fate and doesn't offer any pointless resistance. He accepts his red-handed arrest for theft docilely, then sits quietly on the ground with his head hung as the policeman radios for backup. Apparently, they weren't too far off as the siren approaches in no time. Go on, such a good Samaritan. Two policemen get out of the arriving cruiser and push the criminal into the back seat. As I'm quietly watching the scene in perfect passivity, the policeman from earlier runs over. Thank you for your cooperation in the arrest. I'll pass on the letter of thanks, so how about letting me move on? We can't do that, I'm afraid. If possible, we'd like to have a detailed conversation at the station regarding both this incident and the previous matter. Figured as much. Shaking my head in exasperation, I silently rebuke myself. Should have just left it alone. As the policeman pushes at my back, a glance at my wristwatch informs me that I'm already 5 minutes late for my meeting. Man, poor guy. Just wants to meet with his friend. Look, you're about ready to talk yet? Silence. 30 minutes have passed since I was brought into the interrogation room, familiar as the place where criminals break into flop sweat at in TV dramas. I'm sitting on a cheap foldable pipe chair, my arms folded in perfect silence. How are we supposed to let you go if you don't respond to our questions? Weren't you supposed to meet someone? Shouldn't you just talk and get this over with? Instead of responding, I close my eyes, a silent statement indicating that I have absolutely no intention of opening my mouth. The detective clicks his tongue in exasperation at my attitude. I've got a pretty fair idea what he'll be doing next. If you don't have anything to hide, talk. How long do you plan on remaining silent? The sound of something being struck in an even louder attempt of intimidation. This is a point where a timid guy would be jumping in his seat with his eyes wide open, or maybe staring at the floor and quivering. As for me, my eyes are still shut and my arms are still folded quietly. My mind is a total blank. I've been accustomed to adults shouting at me like this since I was a child. Following the threat stage, the next step would be for him to grip my hair and jolt me back and forth, but I'm dealing with an official authority group here. I should get off without direct violence this time. Not to say that they won't pull out the old TV cliches and harass me by shining a desk lamp in my eyes, or something of the sort. I can roughly translate the detective's sigh, goddamn kids these days. I gently open my eyes in order to sneak a look at his disgusted face. The detective sitting in front of me seems to be challenging the Guinness World Record for the most dramatic asymmetry between his left and right sides of a human mouth. Or maybe he's just scowling. I let out a snort of laughter in response to the unexpectedly pleasant sight. The detective scratches his head violently and glares at me. Look, buddy, I don't know what you've been talking to, but playing dumb with the police isn't going to gain you anything, alright? It won't gain you anything, but you won't lose anything either, except your time. I turn my gaze to the clock on the wall of the sweat box. An hour has already passed since the scheduled time for my meeting. How about you respond when I'm speaking to you? The detective strikes the desk with excellent comic timing. The best part is the way he keeps knocking his ashtray off the table every time he does this. What the hell is your deal? His tone is distinctly fed up. He stoops down to pick up the plastic tray off the floor. Kazumi Yuji. Occupation, student. Yes, you've said that already. Many times. We looked it up. You came from Yamanashi, right? No criminal background, no traffic violations, juvenile custody records, no commendations on public record either. What kind of person has absolutely no data in the system? Your record is so clean it looks like someone's been whiting it out. Just who the hell are you? Kazumi Yuji, occupation, student. What's with that? Did someone tell you to only say that line if the police caught you? Are you some sort of terrorist or what? Kazumi Yuji. Occupation, student. Shut up! Just shut up! First, it's say something, now it's shut up. Talk about hard to please. Our capricious detective scowls yet again and scratches his head. Flakes of dandruff drift grandly through the air. Based on his thoroughly wrinkled suit and heavy stubble, I'd say he hasn't been home in days. Look, cut me a break here. Put yourself in my shoes for a second. Another sigh. It's enough to make me want to heave one myself. Because we both take our work seriously, it seems like we're stuck going around in circles. We sure picked up a royal pain in the ass this time. The investigation of that purse snatcher case isn't going smoothly either. Thanks so much for dropping that on our lap, by the way. Just as we roughly complete this exchange of one-sided bitterness and mutual glaring, there's a well-timed knock at the door and the sound of it being unlocked. Yes, hello, sir. A slightly plump elderly detective enters the room. Given the respectful tone of the detective I've been chatting with, he's probably superior of some sort. Is something oh well, huh? After a quick glance in my direction, the elderly detective whispers something in the younger man's ear. Before long, the younger detective turns towards me with a decidedly nonplussed expression. You're being released, it seems. Thanks for your cooperation. Why now, all of a sudden? You're asking the wrong guy. Bye. With those parting words, the young detective leaves the room. The elderly detective watches him go and then faces me with a greasy smile. God. Well, sorry about that, Kazumi-san. It seems we haven't received any report on our end, and we were only just now placing contact with your guarantor? Let's look up what that means real quick. Guarantor. A person, organization, or thing that guarantees... Guarantor. A person or organization who receives a guarantee. Okay, this is the strangest thing. Hold on. Anyway, the detective stares at me with eyes like a dead fish. As an employee of Ichigaya, if you simply said as much, which is an area in Shinjuku, Tokyo, associated with the Ministry of Defense in World War II, the site of the Imperial Japanese Army's general headquarters. So he's a general, pretty much. If you'd known I was from Ichigaya from the start, wouldn't you have thrown me in jail, stripped me naked, and sprayed me down with a hose? Christ. Haha, you're quite the kidder. Did you forget that we belong to an unparalleled Sakuradaman? We're all friends here, which is the headquarters of the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. Just to let you know, I'm nothing but a student. My work at Ichigaya is only a part-time cleaning job. Cleaning, is it? Haha. I see. That's well put, just as I'd expect from your collection of eggheads. In response to my words, the detective twists his mouth into something vaguely resembling a smile. But really, now, if you'd simply informed us a little earlier about the circumstances of your end, well, as I'm sure you know, the higher-ups are what they are. We've had quite a mess there for a moment. Sarcasm drifting from every pore of his body, the detective treats me with transparently insincere courtesy. He's perfectly civil on a superficial level, but the atmosphere in here is growing increasingly unpleasant. The younger detective from before, hard-ass thought he was, seems infinitely preferable. Did you inquire to Ichigaya about me? Not quite, you see. We were running your name through our databases. In the middle of the data retrieval, the phone rings. We pick up the receiver and we find that we have a call from the Ministry of Defense's special organization, asking us, might you be in custody of a dog of ours? Well, now, that was quite the surprise. Ha ha ha. We're not running an animal shelter here, you know. Ha ha ha. Since you found my owner and confirmed that my leash is properly attached, I should be able to leave now, right? Yes, just as you please. Oh, that's right. We were also contacted by the principal of the school you're transferring into. That's so. Yes, indeed. Since you hadn't shown up, it seems she was putting calls in at all the police stations in the area one after the other. Our chief ended up getting pulled to the phone while he was in the middle of a meeting. He got quite an earful, apparently. Where's my backpack? The luggage we've been holding on to you for is in the entranceway, which would be over that way. If you like, shall we send you over by car? You're not getting funds from public taxes in order to chauffeur bums like me around, are you? I'll walk. God, I'd take the car ride any day. After I emerged out the door by the old man, the young detective appears from the rear, carrying the backpack that they'd taken from me earlier. This is ridiculously heavy. What the heck is in this thing? Bit of a tough question. I guess you could say my life. If that's supposed to be a gag, I wouldn't quit your day job. That wasn't really what I was going for. Well, whatever. Ugh. Dropping the backpack next to me, the detective lets out a slight sigh. Thanks for lugging it out here. Pretty heavy, isn't it? That's not something you say to a guy who learned judo for work. We might be country police, but we've at least got that much training. True. Guess that's natural for policemen. Sorry. The detective smiles wryly. By the way, you're supposed to be a student at that landfill academy, right? I'm wearing the school uniform. You can see at a glance. Feels more like you've been dressed up in it. He claps my shoulder as we pass each other. Take care, in a lot of ways. With those parting words, he heads back to the police station. Guess I don't make a convincing student yet. I'm wearing deep blue slacks and a short-sleeved dress shirt, as well as a dark red and striped yellow necktie. Sounds gross. Excluding my somewhat longish hair, I should be the very image of a student. I guess it's a little difficult turning into something like that all of a sudden. But it's probably precisely because it's difficult that I decided to give it a try. For a while, I myself didn't understand why I'd asked for this, but now, I think I have a faint grasp on the reason. I wanted to be something that I couldn't understand, something that I wasn't. At the moment, I had done nothing but smooth down my edges a bit. Perhaps later on, I'll be a student on the inside as well. The sun that had been climbing upwards earlier has now finally reached its zenith. The temperature keeps on rising, and sweat oozes from my skin. I was pretty sure she'd pick me up, but, Sensing a presence, I lower my gaze from the sun. My eyes, well accustomed to the high contrast lighting, project a human form in silhouette for only the briefest of moments before the details faded. Scientific visual novels. Thanks for your service. A woman raising an awkward salute. Grinning broadly stands before my eyes. Spare me, I don't want to see a pose like that outside the workplace in the first place. Wait, what? Spare me, I don't want to see a pose like that outside the workplace. In the first place, what's with the dopey salute? The girls in bikinis on the Maritime SDF recruitment posters have more impressive form. Geez, and here I am offering my appreciation for your sudden efforts. I don't recall contributing enough to society today to deserve any appreciation. Yes, I do understand that you went through a lot right off the bat, but could you not take it out on me? More importantly, she opens the door of the car stopped next to her. Get in. Accomplishing your objective is a top priority, yes? Yeah, true enough. From Mishima Cape Police Station, National Highway number 133 southbound, we proceed to the Prefecture Highway and advance further out towards the Cape. A range of slowly rotating wind turbines come into view, indicating our proximity to the sea. That was quite the surprise. You don't show up at the time we agreed. When I call around trying to figure it out, you're particularly being a nuisance to the police. I was half convinced you'd collapse somewhere given this heat. I doubt you really thought I was sick. God damn it. What grounds do you have for saying that? No, I'm just gonna unbind that. Hold on. We'll figure this out. Advanced mode. Input. I have no idea if you guys can see this at all. Cursor right. Page up. Device mouse is what I would want. Right click is. There's no setting for that. So I can still bring up the menu, but. Okay, so I shouldn't right click. Oh, this is. That's different. System input mouse. Cancel. No setting. Right click. I have to find the option screen. That's right click. That no setting. Okay, so this should be it. Yeah, okay. Apply, okay. So this still brings up the menu, escape. And right God. I thought I had it. I don't know what's wrong this time. Okay, so mouse. Option screen, no setting, that's what I want. Option screen in game. Oh, option screen in game. Sorry, in game. Minimize window. Okay, this. So, Escape still does this. Right click. Okay, right click decides. I can deal with that. What grounds do you have for saying that? You were trying the police stations first, not the hospitals. Well, it is you we're talking about, so I figured you'd manage something if you were about to collapse. But for the record, I was worried about your safety, so maybe you could not pick out the details. Accuracy in weather forecasts and interpersonal communications make society run smoother. Great guy. You're seriously not cute. Pouting again, she continues her harangue. First of all, there may not be many of them, but the trains do run here, yet for some reason, you walk instead. I was also surprised, walking around with a huge backpack like you were gonna climb the Himalayas or something. Sorry, I hate trains. That doesn't make walking the entire way any less bizarre. What's the matter, clamming up like that? Could you not mention this to the other students? I don't want them getting funny ideas about me from the get-go. Yeah, this might set them on guard. A real weirdo came this time. You got enough of that from the police to last me a while. Ha! So you did get questioned. What a nice woman. Alright, we've arrived. This is it. The car proceeded about 500 meters along an area of reclaimed coastal land before she brought it to a stop. So that's what he meant by landfill, I see. As I'm recalling the words of the detective from before, the woman continues our conversation with a suddenly cheerful tone. What do you think? Pretty nice, isn't it? It's the absolute newest school in the vicinity. Very nice. Barely even looks like a school. Beautiful school. Although I'd heard it was a new school, its external appearance genuinely isn't what I expected. A three-story building, the pure white color of the outer walls is the only typical school-like element, with every other aspect more closely resembling a city office building. The gates to the right and left are less evocative of a school gate than a functional fence at some facility. The mounted signboard, likewise, is a utilitarian thing printed in a simple typeface rather than the hand-drawn work of calligraphy. Come on, this is your future alma mater. Where's the deep upwelling of emotion? I've only just arrived at this place. If I said I was deeply moved by the sight, it'd be a lie. You are such a dull person. Human beings are creatures of imagination, you know. With an exaggerated sigh, she opens her hand wide in the overblown gesture of a third-rate actor. It's newly established, so the school may not have much of an image yet, but the students are normal, nice kids, and... No! Christ. I got so many voices. Hey, where are you going? Her rigmarole is abruptly interrupted by the high-pitched shriek of the two girls. Stop that, Makina! Hey, I said stop it already! Please have mercy! God, voices, Amini, why are you running? Come play with the cute cicada! Christ, bugs are the worst! Yeah, take this! Get away! Help me! Reese. Laugh at me until you choke, huh, Makina? Don't think I'll forget this. No snacks for you today. No way! Perfectly normal. Normal? Could you define that term? Is there a class where we chase each other around brandishing insects? That's not it. Those girls are, well, you know. I don't think I do, but it's nice to see that it's a lively school. Right? Anyway, let's move on. Inside. I don't think I'm going to be able to do voices for everybody. Having apparently forgotten what she was planning to do with her outspread hands, she totters through the school gate. Her office is positioned quite near the school building's front entrance. The furniture is nicely arranged, based around an old-fashioned desk and chair. In contrast to the incongruity of the building's external appearance, this room is a textbook example of the old-fashioned principal's office. Take a seat over there. I sit on the genuine leather sofa that's one of the room's more prominent furnishings. After waiting for me to settle myself, she lowers herself into the seat across from me. I'm the principal, Tachibana Chizuru. Welcome to Mihama Academy. Nice to meet you. Or would it's been a while be more appropriate, Kazumi-kun? On a practical level, nice to meet you might be the better option. Yes, you're probably right. With a slight amused smile, Principal Tachibana takes out a pamphlet. Oh yeah, Tosh Brown, that is your name. Okay. Well, in your case, I'm sure you're already familiar with the basic synopsis, but just in case, I'll give you the full explanation. She flips past a couple pages of the brochure. I hadn't noticed, but her fingernails are lightly polished. This is a private academy under the management of the Sakaki Academy Educational Corporation, in which students chosen from across the country gather in diligent pursuit of academic achievement. Our parent organization is the East Beach Express Railways, owners of a rail network that runs the breach of the Kanto region. Through their support, the very best facilities and educators are brought together here. First, the principal's talk shifts to a more detailed matter. The East Beach Express is an enormous corporate group with its hands in real estate and large-scale retail, but its core business is the management of the rail line connecting Tokyo and Haneda Airport. The EBE's management is shouldered by the Sakaki family, and it seems plausible that this Sakaki Academy Corporation is also administered by them directly. But that's only a guess based on circumstantial evidence. Given the lack of public information on the secretive corporation's activities, or even the existence of this academy, I hadn't gained anything that could be called definitive proof from my investigation so far. You'll be entering the academy immediately as a second-year student, transfer will be announced during tomorrow's homeroom, and after that point, you're free to decide your own course. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. Your fingers come to a stop. Bring your hands gently together. The principal raises her gaze from the pamphlet and meets my eyes. Well, I think it's an ideal environment for a normal student life, like the one you've requested. I have a few questions. Go ahead. First, today's a weekday, but there is barely anyone on the school grounds. What's going on? We have a hand-picked elite few. The total number of students, including you, is 6. Christ. Only 6? Yes. The elite few. Indeed. That includes our friends with the cicadas just now. Of course. Question 2. Where am I living from today on? This is a boarding school. I'll guide you to the student dormitory later. You'll walk to school from there. Oh. Okay. So he says a dorm. Can I click on it? I'm trying to. This menu's kind of bizarre, so I can scroll through. It's a dorm, but it's considerably spacious, so don't worry too much. In that case, not a problem. Anything else? Before we finish, one last thing. Alright, go ahead. For this last question only, I stared directly into her eyes. I need to confirm the principal's intentions in bringing me here. After all said and done, is this a normal school? The principal closes her mouth. After a moment of silence, she opens it again. Yeah. A gentle smile. I'm convinced that she isn't lying to me to further some hidden self-interest. I haven't forgotten what you asked me for back then. The principal slowly stands up and walks to the window side. The athletic grounds are visible from the window. Although resembling those of a normal school, the grounds are skirted by an improbably high wall. I want to enter a normal school and live as a normal student. The mere handful of students, the bizarrely extravagant facilities, the on-campus dormitory, the high walls surrounding it all, they clearly indicate abnormality. But, as you yourself are aware, considering your personal circumstances, there's no place I can give you that, other than here. I guess you're right. I'll give you the same answer to the very end. This is a normal school. The principal turns to face me. Therefore, you don't need to do anything here except live normally as a student. I'll never make any other request of you. Understood. Well then, I'll show you to the dorm. Yeah. With a nod, I rise to my feet. On the grounds outside, a gust of salty sea air kicks up a cloud of sand. This is a student dorm, including the management room. There are 11 rooms in total. Every room is equipped with its own bath, toilet, and kitchen, so there should be no inconveniences in your daily life. A basic set of furniture is also provided. God, this school is dope. What are you looking around like that for? The cicada pair from earlier don't seem to be around. Oh, you mean Suo-san and Irisus? Okay, hold on. Suo-san and Irisu. Suo-san and Irisu-san. The two of them might well still be at the school. Komine-san doesn't seem to be around either. Komine-san. Komine-san doesn't seem to be around here either. That Komine guy is a student here too. Yes, I asked her for help guiding you around the dormitory, but she doesn't seem to be around. So you don't have a minute grasp on the movement of the students, I see. I'm merely the principal of this place, after all. Seems like you should know that. Merely, is it? Gosh, she's always leaning. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna check her room. The principal walks towards the interior of the building. Left there by myself, I stare vacantly up at the ceiling. Soon, I've unconsciously fallen into the habit of counting the number of visible sprinklers, and roughly estimating the scale of the building. Oh, same thing you do at the same time? Calculating the time needed to gain control of the front entrance and ascertaining the locations of the emergency exits. Not that many support pillars, are there? Guess that's why the ceiling's a bit low. Excuse me. Having grown absorbed in my analyzing the building, I don't even notice the tug at my sleeve. Christ. Excuse me, can you hear my voice? Until the final excuse me of many finally catches my ear. Might you be the transfer student scheduled to arrive here today by any chance? I drop my gaze in the direction of the voice and find a girl in housemaid clothes looking up at me. Not that she's a particularly diminutive height, except in comparison to a taller man like me. A tall boy. Or perhaps an intruder. No one's going to admit that they're an intruder if you ask them point blank. Oh, come to think of it, you're right. The scales have fallen from my eyes. The maid nods several times, slowly closing her eyes, and begins to repeat my words. No one's going to admit that they're an intruder if you ask them point blank. No one's going to admit that they're an intruder if you ask them point blank. Yes, got it. She's weird. Well then, let me change the question. Are you not an intruder? Flexible thinking isn't your strong suit, clearly. I'm sorry? No, never mind. So what does a maid want with me? Well, as I said, I'm attempting to determine whether you're a suspicious character. This would be the second time today I've heard that pickup line. That is truly impressive. As I was saying, are you a not-suspicious character? You're a lot tougher than you look, maid. Answer the question, please. Kamini-san, perfect timing. This is Kazumi-kun, the student who just transferred in. At this point, having noticed her voice, as the principal calls out to the girl. Seems this maid was the Komine all along. So you were the transfer student after all, I see. I'm Kazumi Yuji. Good to meet you. Yes, the pleasure is all mine. I don't think you introduced yourself. Pardon me. My name is Sachi. It's a pleasure to meet you. At this time, it's nothing but the first name. I had this thought earlier with the other two, but you've certainly gathered some unique elites here. Fostering the individuality of students is the responsibility of any school. Which would mean that she's a student too? Komini-san's the first year at this academy. Did she look old enough to be in front of the blackboard here? That's not really my point of confusion here. A uniform creates certain preconceptions. For example, if I see a girl wearing bunny ears in a bar, I don't ask what she's done with her Bible. Oh god, I'm saving that one. If I see a girl wearing bunny ears in a bar, I don't ask what she's done with her Bible. Right, Komine-san does wear a maid outfit more often than not. That's not an explanation. True enough. Well, Kamine-san, please explain. Certainly. As I've been entrusted with the position of class representative, I frequently respond to a teacher's requests for assistance and perform minor chores. From, you're kind of like a maid, a certain conversation eventually shifted from, why don't you try on a maid uniform? Finally, now that you've actually put it on, it really suits you, so you should wear it when you can. And so, according to that suggestion, I attempt to wear maid clothes wherever it is possible for me to do so. I see, you're a devoted one. That fallen bunny girl sister could learn a thing or two from you. Yes, thank you very much. I wasn't really intending that to be a compliment, but there's no point in telling her that. So, from this point, please let her guide you. It should be easier to get to know each other that way. No objections. Well then, Kamine-san, I leave the rest to you. Certainly. Well then, let's begin with a tour of the first floor. Yeah, if you would. The maid slowly begins to walk, but quickly comes to a stop in front of the management room. Stop dead. She's staring at me with an expression that clearly indicates that she has something to say. What's wrong? You need something? Well, I forgot to inquire as to how you'd prefer me to address you. Come to think of it, you're right. I'm sorry. Well, you can call me whatever you want. Classic. In that case, would it be acceptable if I addressed you as you-kun? We've gotten pretty familiar all of a sudden. God, that was the wrong voice. Hold on. So you-kun. Then, would Kazumi-san be more to your liking? Sure, anyway. I'll call you Sachi. Sachi? My bad, would Sachi-man be better? No, I'm quite alright with Sachi. Her expression didn't change in the slightest, but her eyes at the moment she spoke those words had a strange forcefulness. That's so. Alright, Sachi. Best regards and all that. Ha, yes. Judging from her smile, it seems she doesn't dislike being called Sachi. Then, let's get right to it. The room nearest to the entrance will belong to you, Kazumi-san. Oh, hold on. How do I go back? Previous? Oh god, I gotta bind that. Jump to previous option. Okay, hold on. Oh god, that's not what I wanted. System. I don't think you'll actually see this screen, but advanced text that can be enter. Enter last option. Is there not? Doesn't seem to be an option to go back one. I guess we can just read through here. So then, nameplate seems to say it's the management room, though. According to what I heard from Principal Tachibana, the idea was that you'd be served as some superintendent of the dormitory while living in this room. In other words, she wants me to play the prison guard? Well, at the very least, 3 out of 6 students living in the dorm are females. It would probably be prudent to have a room as far as possible from theirs to avoid potential trouble. Mind if I take a look inside? Of course, this is the key to the room. Feel free. When I open the door with the key she hands me, a prominently placed set of kitchen and household goods catch my eye. They seem to be in good shape, and I can confirm with a glance that the room itself will be a more than adequate living environment given my needs. 1 fire alarm and 2 sprinklers are installed in every room in the dorm. Got it. She seems to have guessed my thoughts from the direction of my gaze. That would be a walk-in closet with a floor space of about 2.5 square meters. As a little test, I focus my eyes on a different point of interest, and she provides an explanation in the same way. Although she's a little off in some departments, she seems to be pretty sharp in other respects. I see, it looks like there won't be any problems. As I speak, I twist the faucet over the sink. Was someone using this room before I came? No, I'm certain it was unoccupied for at least 4 months. The water's perfectly clear considering. Well, the building itself was quite new, and before you arrived this room was occasionally used as something of a storehouse, so it's possible someone used the water recently. I myself would sometimes fill my water bucket here while cleaning. I see. I twist the faucet to stop the water, drop the luggage I've been carrying on a spot, and promptly leave the room. Next, this open space just inside the entrance is something of a common area for all of us. The standard student dorm's community space, is it? Yes, in particular, Maki-chan and Amane-san spend a lot of time here. That's so. Although I haven't heard those names before, they must be other students. I swear, they're 5 girls. Also, the door next to yours leads to the boiler room. The stairs are opposite. And further on, there are 4 rooms, of which the 3rd room next to the stairs is mine. I heard there are 11 rooms in total. Any reason why you picked one on the first floor?
Well, as you know, my name is Sachi.
Oh.
Apparently, that sort of rhymes with room 3, so I was encouraged to.
I get the idea. People are weird here.
This is the second floor. This floor contains only personal rooms, and with the exception of myself, all the students live here.
Which would mean 2 of these are vacant.
Yes, room 7 and room 9 are currently unoccupied. The third floor is structured as the bathhouse, designed around this grand bathroom. On the other side of the stairs is a laundry room and space reserved for clothes drying racks, so please use them when necessary. If doing laundry is problematic for you, please inform me, and I'll be happy to take care of it on your behalf.
Wouldn't taking care of someone else's chores be a nuisance?
It's only natural for the class representative.
Alright, I'll keep that offer in mind.
Please do.
There's no reason to refuse outright when the offer is delivered with such an earnest smile. By the way, can we use this grand bathroom as we please?
Yes, it's maintained periodically by a specialized contractor, so excluding cleaning, it's available 24 hours a day. However, as there's no separate space for male and female bathing, I would ask you to leave this note on the entrance while you enter.
As she speaks, she hands me a card that reads, "In use, male bathing." Sure, I think I might take advantage of it pretty often. The view up here is pretty nice.
It is indeed. There aren't any tall buildings besides the schoolhouse in the area. The window glass is 75% transparent, so it's possible to watch the sun setting into the sea.
An ocean view, huh? Not bad.
If you'd like, you can give it a try right now.
As she speaks, I notice Sachi is already holding a towel and change of clothes in her hand. You're pretty well prepared.
Most people who see this grand bath are struck by the urge to give it an immediate try.
I see. The fruit of your experience, is it?
Ah!
What's wrong?
Instead of a change of clothes for you, I seem to have accidentally brought my own.
As if to demonstrate, female underwear slips out from among the clothes in Sachi's hands. Is this a declaration that you want to bathe together?
No, that wasn't my intention. I apologize.
I really don't think there's anything to apologize for.
Thank you.
Okay, this is great.
Well then, this concludes the tour of the dormitory. Do you have any questions?
Let's see. Can I ask about something other than the dorm?
If it's something in my power to answer, then...
In that case, let's hear your 3 sizes, Sachi.
Yes, starting from the top, 82, 56, 83.
At the moment, is there a specific man you're going out with?
No, there is not.
Your experience with men to date?
None to speak of.
It's very normal. I know I'm the one asking you these questions, but answering them politely. Would that be because you're the class representative?
A class rep is only a class rep to the degree that they are assistants to others.
What an admirable devotion to customer service.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions?
Nothing comes to mind.
Very well. If there's anything else you'd like to know, please dial 3 in the intercom telephone in your room. It'll connect to my room.
Got it.
In that case, please excuse me for now.
With a note of farewell, Sachi bows like a genuine housemaid and starts to turn away. Sachi?
Yes?
Thanks for the tour. I appreciate it.
Of course.
The class representative these days seem to be surprisingly tough-willed breed. After Sachi's tour ended, I took another look around the interior of the building on my own. Oh, I don't have Twitch up on my phone. Hope I haven't missed anything. Oh, one bearded hype. I think I might just do this for YouTube instead. Yeah, because I can't even put a game up for this because it's not supported on Twitch, and you can't put up a non-supported game on Twitch. I guess it isn't even like recognized because like some games that aren't like fully supported, they just won't have an image for. But this just doesn't even show up. Like, won't let me put this as my game. So yeah, I'll probably just do this on YouTube. So guys, it was a fun almost hour streaming, but yeah, it's definitely isn't suited for Twitch if no one's watching it. So yeah, good times. Goodbye.